we will be taking pictures of everyone, correct? Yes. And so they will all be made available to parents, friends, and family, right? Yes. Yes. Thank you. And where will they? How will they get access to them, Ms. Johnson? Okay, so Ms. Johnson said she'll email the pictures to the principals, and you'll all be able to get them. But if you want to take your own, you're welcome to, but it's at your own risk coming down here. Ms. Polino.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman Healy, school board members, Dr. Kisner. It's my pleasure to start this evening's recognitions and recognize some of our most gifted musicians in Stafford. This is truly one of the best parts of my job, as you know, to recognize our students and teachers for their commitment to excellence. I'm going to begin with our elementary students. 13 of our elementary singers were selected for the 2019 All-Virginia Elementary Chorus. This event was held on April 6th at Harrisonburg High School. You know that place, don't you, Dr. Kisner? 230 students and 44 schools participated in this honors choir. Audience, please hold your applause until the end, and students, please come forward when your name is called and remain at the front. I'd also like to invite Christian Peabody and Julie Parham to join me down here. Christian and Julie are the music teachers at Falmouth Elementary and Hampton Oaks Elementary, respectively. And our students are Emily Amaya, Ava Brizendine, Madison Crouch, Corbin Hunt, Rax Humadillo, Noel Lindgren, Jorge Ortiz, Gerardo Rubio, and from Hampton Oaks, Jaden Dunlap, Amelia Perry, Brianna Soria Perez, Kaylee Reyes, Paola Tapia Torres. And I also want to congratulate our music teachers for their enthusiasm and commitment to these amazing young singers and providing them with this unique, enriching experience. Excuse me. If everyone could, please join me in giving these talented singers a round of applause.
Do you want to get the picture from this side too? Did you got everybody? Okay, all right, we're good. Thank you. Oh, sure. Oh, Ms. Polino needs to be in it. Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all can go back to your seats.
And you're welcome to stay after you're up here, but you're also free to leave.
Next, we're going to recognize our middle school singers. 2 students from H.H. Poole Middle School and 3 students from Rodney Thompson Middle School participated in the 2019 American Choral Directors Association, or ACDA, All-State Chorus. I would like to invite choral directors Enola Douglas from H.H. Poole Middle School and Julie Mack from Rodney Thompson Middle School to join me. Audience, again, please hold your applause, and students come forward when your name is called and remain at the front. From H.H. Poole Middle School, Hallie Bolter and Gabriel Wooten. From Rodney Thompson Middle School, Evelyn Datar, Marcus Dowd, and Caroline Russ. I think it's really fun to see the progression. So now we're moving to high school. So we're going to continue with high school all-state chorus students. This year, 17 of Stafford County's finest vocalists earned a spot for this state honor. The process is that in November, students audition for a place in the district level, and then they audition again in February to earn the honor to attend All-State. In our district, we're allotted 24 slots, and of those 24 slots, Stafford had 17 of them. So really proud. We're not competitive at all. Audience, please hold your applause until the end. Students, please come forward when your name is called. From Brook Point High School, Johan Lilleponte. From Colonial Forge High School, Myra Bailey, Reagan Connolly, Darby Gray, and Eleanor Hatton. From Mountain View High School, Austin Butcher, Caroline Colucci, Megan Pedigo, and Mackenzie Phillips. From Stafford High School, Kaya Connolly Limbach, Lauren Dent, Henry Desposorio, Jenna Johnson, Jonathan Margrave, Miles Perrine, Christian Stakes, and Allison Yablonsky. I'd also like to invite their choir directors, Jordan Davidson, Barbara Perry, Benita Keene, and Joe Evler to join us at the front and congratulate them as well. And if everyone would please join me in giving these talented singers a round of applause. Next, we have our students who've earned a place in All Virginia Band and Orchestra. Students go through a similar audition process to their choral peers, and these students participated in the band and orchestra event, which was held April 4th to 6th at the Dominion Energy Center in Richmond. Audience, please hold your applause until the end. Students, please come forward when your name is called. Earning a place in All Virginia Band are the following students. From Colonial Forge High School, Sydney Salata, Ian Depp, Jalen Mims, Daniel Ramirez, and Philip Todd. And from Stafford High School, Davis Smith. We also had one student from Brook Point High School who earned a placement in the All Virginia Orchestra, and that was Elijah Coe. I'd like to give special thanks to our directors, Rob Gillette, Eddie Steenstra, and Ron Barricklow, for their commitment to excellence in teaching these amazing musicians. And if everyone would join me in a round of applause. Next up are our program recognitions. I'm closer to the end, I promise. 4 of our county band programs have earned recognition as a 2018-19 VBODA Virginia Honor Band. High school band programs receive this distinction when both their marching band and their most advanced concert band receive superior ratings at their performance assessments in October and in March. This year in the Commonwealth, only 74 high schools can credit this accomplishment to their program, including 4 of our Stafford schools. From Colonial Forge, our band director, Rob Gillette. From Mountain View High School, band director, Gene Welch. North Stafford, band director, Chris Mallory. And Stafford High School band director, Eddie Steenstra. So I will point out that it's busy in May, right? So 2 of our 4 directors actually have concerts this evening, so that's why we also have some students missing. But I would like to specifically congratulate the directors, the students, the parents. As you know, marching band is really a community endeavor, so I would like to congratulate those programs. And finally, I'm thrilled to recognize 2 of our high schools and 1 of our middle schools as VMEA Blue Ribbon School recipients. Will these directors at the schools please come forward? H.H. Poole, Colonial Forge, and Mountain View. For schools to earn this honor as a VMEA Blue Ribbon School, the most advanced band, choir, and orchestra must receive superior ratings at their respective performance assessments in the same calendar year. And that's quite a feat. As you can see, not all of our schools are always recognized for this honor. even though we have some wonderfully successful programs. So I'd like to congratulate H.H. Poole Middle School directors Enola Douglas, Caroline Nesbitt, and Kelly Ralston. Colonial Forge High School directors Barbara Perry, Debbie Tripp, and Rob Gillette. And Mountain View directors Benita Keene, Tom McDonald, and Jean Welch. And I neglected, I apologize, Mr. Lynch. Mr. Lynch is also part of our amazing team at H.H. Poole. I'm so sorry. Please join me in a round of applause for these directors and their students on this outstanding achievement. As you can see, our music programs consistently exhibit a high level of musical excellence. I would like to applaud the directors for their dedication and service to our schools and our students and our families. And I'm also grateful to our building administrators, our central office leaders, and you, our school board, for your continued support for and commitment to our programs. Thank you for allowing us to share the accomplishments of our fine and performing arts programs.
Thank you, Ms. Bellino, and congratulations to all the award recipients. We'd next like to recognize Ms. Dinah Robinson, CTE and Workforce Readiness Lead, for presentation of awards.
Good evening, Madam Chairman, school board members, and Dr. Kisner. I have the pleasure of recognizing our Career and Technical Education Advisory Committee's student representative tonight. Will Miriam Farzai please join me? Miriam, thank you for not 1, but 2 years of service as our student representative. You've given us a student's perspective of what it is like to be in the STAT biomedical program and have shared with us your thoughts and concerns, allowing us to improve our program. Miriam was also selected to attend the Hanover Regional Governor's School Career and Technical Advancement Program in the summer of 2017 at the University of Richmond. She shared with the committee an in-depth look at her experiences during this 2-week innovative program. We appreciate her contribution to the CTE Advisory Committee, and we wish her well in all future endeavors.
Thank you, Ms. Robinson. We'd next like to recognize Mr. Greg Daniel, Principal of Colonial Forge High School, for presentation of awards.
Good evening, Madam Chair, school board members, Dr. Kisner. I am pleased to announce that Jarrett Holmes and Cole Ramos, both seniors at Colonial Forge, competed in the National Merit Scholarship Competition and were selected as national finalists. Jarrett and Cole competed with over 16,000 semifinalists in September of 2018 before meeting all requirements to advance to the finalist standing in the competition. Jarrett and Cole are smart, incredibly talented young men who work extremely hard, and we're very proud of each of them for this accomplishment, and we know that this is just one recognition that will certainly be followed by many more in the next couple of weeks. Please join me in congratulating Jarrett and Cole for the National Merit Finalist Award. Cole couldn't be with us this evening because due to a previous conflict. I am also pleased to share some additional exciting news about Cole Ramos. Cole performance on the AP Computer Science A exam in May of 2018 was superior that it falls into a rather select category. Advanced placement exams are scored on a scale of 1 to 5, where 5 is the equivalent to a grade A in the corresponding college course. Cole not only received the top score of 5, but was one of 193 students in the world to earn every point possible on the AP Computer Science A exam, receiving the maximum score on each portion of the exam. This outstanding accomplishment is attributed to Cole's hard work and a direct reflection of the top quality education being offered at Colonial Forge High School and in Stafford County. We are extremely proud and applaud Cole's dedication and commitment, as well as the AP teacher responsible for engaging him and enabling him to excel. Please join me once again in congratulating Cole Ramos. For this final award, I am pleased to announce that Connor Merck, a senior at Colonial Forge High School, has been honored with his exemplary voluntary service with the President's Volunteer Service Award. The award, which is granted by the Prudential Spirit of Community Awards program, sponsored by Prudential Financial in partnership with the National Association of Secondary School Principals, recognizes middle school students and high school students across America for their outstanding volunteer service. As a leader in the school and community, Connor has employed various skills. He is a member and participates in many clubs and activities, including but not limited to serving as an intern for Corey Stewart's U.S. Senate campaign. Connor said, "I was inspired to volunteer on this campaign because I wanted to have an impact on the future of our country. The political discourse in our country needs to cool down, and I would like to be a part of that solution. Throughout life, we are all playing on the same team, whether that is in the political world or in the workplace. People need to recognize that challenges are conquered when we are working together instead of against each other." Connor is a student of commendable character who is self-motivated in his devotions to duty, service, whether he is participating in one of the many clubs or activities in which he participates or is working on the community-provided opportunities for others. He is striving to be anything but ordinary. He is striving to be extraordinary. I am happy to report that Connor logged over 250 community service hours this past school year. Please join me in congratulating Connor Merck. Connor is home sick in bed. He couldn't be here tonight either.
Thank you, Mr. Daniels. We'd next like to recognize Ms. Tammy Hauk, principal of Brook Point High School, for presentation of awards.
Good evening, Madam Chairman, school board members, and Dr. Kisner. Inspire Brook Point team, please come forward. Over the course of the 2018-2019 school year, more than 40 students at Brook Point High School were engaged in an effort to raise young people's awareness of their civic duty. In the fall, students placed hundreds of phone calls to youth around the Commonwealth, urging them to vote in the upcoming election. The students' work culminated in a voter registration rally held at Brook Point High School on April 9th. The Inspire Club student leaders registered more than 70% of our graduating class. This was the highest total ever achieved at Brook Point, and it led the club to receiving the Governor's Award for the third time. Brook Point High School is the only school in all of Virginia to have won the award consecutively for the last 3 years. This award recognizes and commemorates the efforts of the next generation of leaders to educate, engage, and inform their fellow students about how to get involved in the voting process. Thank you, Inspire Virginia.
One of these young ladies had her picture taken with the governor last night. She was the highlight of the whole round table. I'm sorry, former governor. I'm going back in time. Senator Kane, former governor of Virginia. Next, we'd like to recognize Ms. Cherie Johnson, Director of Communications, for Stafford County Public School for presentation of awards.
Good evening, Madam Chair, school board members, and Dr. Kisner. It is my pleasure to recognize the television and photography interns for the Office of Strategic Communication and Community Engagement. These are the students who work in our television production and photography programs with Stafford County Public Schools. Each week, the students provide service that allows thousands of people to view division events on our education channel, social media, website, and newsletters. Their knowledge, professionalism, and expertise allows SCPS to keep the staff, community, and parents informed. The SCPS Education Channel airs news and information about the division 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The television interns help to produce many hours of content. This group of 6 students from Brook Point High School and North Stafford High Schools work several hours each week on broadcasting projects. Meanwhile, the photography students take excellent photos of many of our events, such as the Teaching and Learning Summit, the Fine Arts Festival, and North Stafford High School's Black History Month program. Tonight, we would like to say thank you for the dedication and service to the students and their teachers, which include, for television, Mr. Bill Leap, Ms. Caroline Eves, and Linda Arney for photography. Audience, please hold your applause till the end. Students, please come forward when I call your name. The television interns at North Stafford High School include Marvin Mora Garcia, Tanisha Davis, Jacob Zant, and Mr. Bill Leap, their instructor. For Brook Point High School, Trevor Cole, Joshua Maloney, Jeffrey Toussaint, and Ms. Caroline Eves, their instructor. For photography at Stafford High School, Samantha Garcia, Brooke Boozer, Caroline Maxwell, Catherine Mann, and Linda Arney, their instructor. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Next, we'd like to recognize Mr. Joseph Lewis, principal of Stafford High School, for presentation of awards.
Madam Chairman, school board members, Dr. Kisner. The Stafford High School forensics team competed recently at the VHSL Forensic State Championship. SHS students finished with the following awards: Jack Weissenberger, prose, 3rd in state; Ariel Williams, poetry, 3rd in state; Mina DePaula, original oratory, 4th in state; and the state champion in serious dramatic interpretation, Taylor Gowan. Will the students please come forward? And their instructor, Mr. Chad Johnston. Stafford High School has had at least one state champion in forensics every year for the last 8 years, making them the most decorated forensics team in all of Stafford County Public Schools. Congratulations, Stafford.
Not yet.
Congratulations to Stafford High School's competitors at the 55th Skills USA Virginia State Leadership Conference held in Virginia Beach on April 12 and 13. Audience, please hold your applause until the end. Thank you. Students, please come forward when your name is called and remain at the front. Receiving gold medals, Morgan Alsizer and Marina England for additive manufacturing. Alex Keller for architectural drafting. Lydia Pelham for essay. Kendra Burris, job skills demonstration A. Chloe Mitchell, occupational display. Morgan Wood, spelling. Patrick O'Leary, technical drafting. Receiving gold medal and a $750 scholarship, Diamond Chick, for Facilithon, facilities management. Receiving silver medals, Aiden Jesse, carpentry. Morgan Wood, extemporaneous writing. Receiving bronze medals, Isaac Moncrief and Martin Schock for additive manufacturing. Amaya Mitchell, cosmetology. Blair Scott, masonry. Carson Leone, occupational scrapbook. Emerald Schick, poster. Matt Henderson, power equipment technology. Lydia Pelham, prepared speech. The results of the technical exams were Diamond Schick, silver standard architectural drafting. Ashut Patel, bronze standard architectural drafting. Chloe Mitchell, gold standard cosmetology. Kendra Buress and Maya Johnson, silver standard cosmetology. Erica Meadows, silver standard cosmetology. Evelyn Reyes Calixto, silver standard cosmetology. Morgan Wood, silver standard cosmetology. Morgan Alsizer, gold standard technical drafting. Marina England, gold standard technical drafting. Lydia Pelham, silver standard technical drafting. Martin Schock, silver standard technical drafting. Alex Keller and Isaac Moncrief, bronze standard technical drafting. Morgan Alsizer, Kendra Buress, Marina England, Alex Keller, and Patrick O'Leary will represent Virginia at the 55th Skills USA National Leadership and Skills Conference in Louisville, Kentucky in June. The instructors are Dan Harding, Jack Huffstickler, Lisa Gibson, Bobby Jett, Robbie Phipps, and Tammy Thomas accompanied their students. Special mention, Mr. Bobby Jett was inducted into the Skills USA Virginia Hall of Honor. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Mr. Jett, and thank you, Mr. Lewis. We'd next like to recognize Dr. Daniel Hornick, principal of North Stafford High School, for presentation of awards.
Good evening, board members. Dr. Kisner, North Nation's proud to be here. I'd like to start with recognizing our graphic imaging program. So, Mrs. Susan Caldwell, if you would please come down and get your students ready. For the Virginia Department of Education, Creating Excellent Award promotes best practices in education and recognizes exemplary contributions that improve the quality of CTE programs. These awards are presented annually to recognize programs and partnerships that promote excellence in career and technical education. Goals include strengthening connections between secondary and post-secondary education, preparing students for a successful transition from high school to their careers. And you may ask what types of activities make a solid entry. Those that demonstrate the integration of academic concepts things that you would not be surprised about, engaging business and leading secondary students to successful transition. So our graphic imaging students, under the direction of our dedicated instructor, Susan Caldwell, have demonstrated aptitude and creativity. Numerous students have completed this program and immediately found high-paying jobs in the printing industry. Mrs. Caldwell does a phenomenal job at equipping students with employability skills, communication, critical thinking, resilience, and teamwork. We're incredibly proud of Mrs. Caldwell and her students. So on behalf of the North Nation administration, we are proud to announce that our graphic imaging program was selected as the Region 3 winner of the 2019 Creating Excellence Program Award by the Virginia Department of Education. Students that we would like to recognize tonight at the audience, please hold your applause until the last student is named. Melanie Abraham, Marnay Ackery-Burns, Haley Arnold, Janice Carrera, Jose Carrera, Marlon Gomez, Luis Guzman, Alyssa Lewis, Javier Loza Quiros, Adara Mikhailov, Mavis Nkansa, Zachary Rooney, Jordan Savoy, Matthew Tennyson, Talib Shafi, and Patrick Flynn.
Gotta hold on to her. She's the only one.
In March, I had the privilege of letting you know the two North Nation students were finalists in the National Merit Scholarship Program. We have two winners. Tonight, I'm going to start with Samuel Lightfoot. He is a winner of a National Merit Scholarship. This program is highly competitive. Approximately 1.6 million students entered the program in 2019. About 16,000 were named semifinalists. And then these semifinalists were designated on a state representational proportional basis based on their percentage of the national total of graduating seniors in each state. You can become a finalist by fulfilling several requirements, and that includes submitting a detailed application, presenting a record of very high academic performance. Ultimately, only 7,500 winners have been chosen from the original 1.6 million North Nation has two. I'll make sure I mention that. Please join me in congratulating Mr. Samuel Lightfoot on this accomplishment.
Mom.
You want to come down and get him on Ms. Lightfoot? You sure? Congratulations. We're not sure if Gabriel Gilbert was able to come tonight, but I'm proud to announce that Gabriel Gilbert, who was our Harry F. Byrd Scholarship winner, is going to be one of the 19 recipients of the 2019 All-State Foundation VHSL Achievement Award Scholarship. The selection committee reviewed over 200 nominations. To be considered for the scholarship, students must have lettered in a VHSL-sanctioned sport or academic activity. Gabriel was chosen as one of the 19 winners because of his continued representation of the very best of Virginia's graduating seniors. He will be recognized for the Class 5 academic activity. He will receive a $1,500 scholarship and a silver recognition bowl at a luncheon he's attending on May 20th at the Omni Charlottesville Hotel. We are incredibly proud of Mr. Gilbert. Next, we're going to have our amazing Air Force ROTC program under the direction of Colonel Catherine Bagan and Master Sergeant Tony Mendoza. The North Nation Air Force JROTC program has been recognized as one of only 376 units as a distinguished unit for the 1819 school year. This award recognizes ROTC units that have performed well above and beyond normal expectations and have distinguished themselves through outstanding service to their school and community while meeting the Air Force JROTC Citizen Development Mission for America. With us tonight are 6 incoming officers: Cynthia Rivera Montiel, Nia Cruz, Nathaniel Lumpkin, Abraham Pancheri, William Costaglen, and Xavier Echevarria. Congratulations, ROTC. Congratulations, guys. Thank you. This next one is equally impressive. I'm proud to announce, and first I'd like to bring down Mr. Bill Leap. He's already been up here once this evening, and he is just an amazing instructor. All of the students in his advanced TV and video production class recently passed the incredibly rigorous NOCTI exam in video media production. NOCTI is the largest provider of industry-based credentials, and they partner industry certifications for career and technical education programs across the nation. NOCTI's rigorous assessments can be used for a number of purposes, including Perkins accountability, to guide data-driven instructional improvement, or even to assist with evaluation systems. Mr. Leap, every time we called the students down to invite them this evening, they all said to a person how phenomenal you are as an instructor, that you are preparing the students, and we have to recognize the students who work diligently to put the knowledge that you gave them into action. Please join me in congratulating Mr. Leap and the following students: Juan Escona Ailman, Denzel Barrera, Tanisha Davis, Thomas Hinkler, Cole Marucci, Cameron Stewart, Kayla Strawbridge, Liam Velasquez, and Jacob Zant. At last count, our students were performing over 20 points above the national average. Congratulations, students, and Mr. Leap. Congratulations, guys. Thank you. And finally, not least for sure, if I could have Sarah Schaefer. As I mentioned, we had 2 National Merit finalists, and Sarah is our second winner, and she is being recognized tonight for that and a host of other amazing achievements. She is the recipient of the college-sponsored Merit Scholarship. This award, similar to the previously announced scholarship, is a highly competitive award. Currently, about 190 colleges and universities nationwide underwrite approximately 4,000 National Merit Scholarships in each annual competition, so Sarah is in elite company. We are incredibly proud of you. Last Saturday, Sarah and her family found out that she is the recipient of the highly competitive 2019 Varsity Brands School Spirit Award. And if you know Sarah, you know why. She is absolutely amazing. And yesterday, so thank you guys for helping us out. Yesterday, we found out that Sarah is going to be the recipient, and she doesn't know this, of a Jostens Renaissance Student Scholarship for your submission as well. So congratulations, Sarah. Sarah's going to be going to USC, and she's going to be a trustee scholar, and she's going to be in the engineering school as an undergraduate fellow. She has presented at national conferences, at regional conferences, in the leadership group. We are going to miss her dearly, but the world at large is gaining an asset. Congratulations, Sarah. Thank you, guys.
Madam Chair, I think it is also in order to congratulate Dr. Hornick.
Thank you.
Yes.
Happy to be done with that. Thank you.
Thank you. We'd next like to recognize Mr. Peter Taylor, Executive Director of Technology, for presentation of awards.
Madam Chair, members of the board, Dr. Kisner, the Technology Advisory Committee would like to recognize the following students for their commitment and dedication to improving technology within Stafford County Public Schools. When I call your name, please come down. Stephen Seifert III, Senior, Brook Point High School. Emma Devine, Junior, Brook Point High School. Jared Neese, Senior, Brook Point High School. Adam Pratt, Senior, Colonial Forge High School. These students faithfully attended the TAC meetings throughout the year and were eager to share their keen insight and perspective with the meeting attendees on the benefits of access to technology in their schools, as well as the importance of providing high-quality technology and supportive instruction. The Technology Advisory Committee is proud to have these students as members of the 2018-2019 committee, and we thank them for their participation. And I would like to add that Stephen is graduating here in a couple of weeks, and in July we'll be joining the Stafford County Public Schools technology workforce as the CTT at Widewater Elementary.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. We'd like to recognize Ms. Chelsea Tryon, Assistant Principal, Mountain View High School, for presentation of awards.
She's not here.
She's not here. Do we have a substitute? No. All right. Well, why don't I read it? We have a few extra minutes. Even though I'm sure this Wildcat isn't here, we want to recognize her. It is my pleasure to introduce to you an outstanding Wildcat, Juliana Calvert. Juliana is being recognized tonight for her performance on the AP U.S. Government and Politics exam last May. Juliana earned a 5 out of 5, but in doing so, she earned every point possible on her AP exam. Juliana was one of only 675 students worldwide to earn every possible point. She answered every multiple choice question correctly and earned full points on each of the essays in the free response section of the exam. Juliana attends the Commonwealth Governor's School, is an accomplished musician in our orchestra, and a member of our tennis team. I would also like to add that she earned a perfect 600 in our recent English 11 SOL test as well. We couldn't be prouder of Juliana Calvert. Congratulations, Juliana. All right, next, we want to recognize Mr. J.R. Rabel, Principal of Conway Elementary School, for presentation of awards.
Good evening, Madam Chairman, school board members, Dr. Kisner. The Payne family is going to come down here and join me here. Thanks. So at Conway, we believe in building children into leaders, and while we're passionate about our kiddos growing up to become their best, it's not really part of our expectations that they become heroes while they're with us. So Jackson has done just that at 9 years of age. So on April 9th, just after getting back from the bus stop, Mrs. Payne, Jackson's mom, right here right in front of us, began to have chest pains, and once inside the house, lost consciousness. Jackson ran and got the neighbors and called 911 upon his return to the home. Mrs. Payne was taken to the hospital by ambulance and then transported to Johns Hopkins for open heart surgery. Mrs. Payne now, of course, is making a full recovery, thank God, at home, which is where we were able to discover this story. You see, we were delivering pizzas for a fundraiser to 75 homes, and I knocked on the door, and there is Mrs. Payne looking like a person who just had open heart surgery, although I'll say was standing there looking incredible for just having open heart surgery. And she was able to do this and talk to us and care for her boys and then hopefully see them grow old because of the efforts that Jackson and this neighbor made. And even more amazing is that Jackson, just 12 days later, during his mother's recovery, saved Zach's life as well. After ingesting something with some tree nuts, and actually he corrected me today, I had said peanuts, but it was tree nuts, Zach was demonstrating some anaphylaxis symptoms, and he very quickly grabbed the bottle, ran, realized that it had the ingredients that would make him sick. He ran and got the EpiPen and ran and gave it to Mom, where Mom was able to then very quickly give him the EpiPen and save Zach's life as well. So she was able to, of course, get the epinephrine and stop the allergic reaction. And so therefore, we have two people here standing before us because of one man, and a young man, and his ability. And so this Conway leader is destined for a life of a hero because of his ability to put others first, to respond in the moments of great turmoil and fear, and because of his incredible love and compassion for others. We could not be more proud of Jackson, and are super honored to be able to continue to serve him, of course, Zach, and the entire Payne family because of you, Jackson. So for your efforts, we have a few things. We have an award that we mimicked from the Stafford County Sheriff's Department years ago. Sheriff Jett and I sort of developed this, and it's a challenge coin that they give to deputies that have gone actually above and beyond the call of duty to save another human being's life. And so we have a Conway Challenge coin that we only give to people truly that save the lives of others. And so we have this, as well as Stafford County Public Schools has an award for you as well. So way to lead, buddy. Way to be awesome, man. Proud of you.
Hello, Dr. Rabel. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That brings us to Dr. Mark Smith, principal of Stafford Middle School, for presentation of awards. And I think I see a sea of blue.
I think you do, and I think maybe they're clapping because they know I'm last on the agenda for awards, maybe.
Well, I wasn't going to say you're last.
There's nothing wrong with that. You saved the best for last. Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the school board, Dr. Kisner. This evening, I'm proud to present the three-peat Stafford County Wrestling Champions from Stafford Middle School. Would the Stafford Middle School wrestlers and coaches please come forward? This year, the wrestlers competed and completed a perfect 7-0 season with 4 undefeated wrestlers and 5 county champions. Over the past 3 years, the wrestlers have amassed an overall record of 19-2, with 12 county champions, 3 two-time champions, and of course, 3 county titles. The last three-peat by the Spartans, do y'all know what it was? Way back in 1978. Not only did these Spartans perform well on the mat, they also received numerous compliments from other coaches and administrators for their sportsmanship and respect. These wrestlers are led by head coach Adrian Loving and assistant coaches Toby Pickett and Stephen Andros. Mr. Andros could not be with us this evening. Please join me in congratulating the three-peat, 3-time, 3-in-a-row county wrestling champions, the Stafford Middle School Spartans.
Okay, wait till moms get their pictures, okay, guys?
Good job, guys. Way to go.
Thank you, Dr. Smith, for bringing up the rear here. That ends our awards for this evening. We're going to take a break for the next 9 minutes and come back at 7 for our regular meeting. Thank you all for joining us tonight, and the pictures will be sent to the principals. Or Ms.